when we deal with abuse, there's a couple problems that we have. The first is a lot of times we think of abuse as a discrete behavior, like he hit me, and that means he's abusive.
As opposed to a scatter-plotted pattern of things.
Yeah. Well, it's a system. It's a relational system, and we're looking for an imbalance in that system, right? So it's an imbalanced relational system where you have somebody who is powerful and can, and somebody who is weak and can't, right? As opposed to a balanced system where you have two people who are equally capable of interacting with one another on a level footing. Right. And so an abusive system is imbalanced. The second thing is it's imbalanced in a way that is harmful to the victim. So that you have an abusive system, it's imbalanced, harmful to the victim. The reason why that's important is because we have all kinds of power imbalances in the world. You know, lawyers are more powerful than their clients, and over
children.
Yeah, parents over children, doctors over their patients, police officers. And yet in all of these jobs, like for instance, with police officers, we tell them they're to protect and serve. With lawyers, they are to give, if they don't give their clients good defense, right, then they can be disbarred. They're there to serve their clients. Doctors do no harm. We understand where these power imbalances exist, that we take the one who is in the position of power, and that person is now in a service role to the one who isn't. So the presence of a power imbalance isn't the problem. The problem is that power imbalance is being used as a way to crush, as opposed to as a way to support and serve. That's why that discussion on Ephesians 5 is so important, because most relationships where you have a male and a female in relationship, it is going to be one kind of power or another. And so where the power tends to exist is where the abuse is going to lie. Now, sometimes you can get a particularly powerful woman who may be emotionally powerful. She may have a financial power in the relationship, but she has some kind of power in the relationship. And so you'll sometimes find a woman who has that power, and the man actually then is the one in the weakened state who can't, but the woman can. It does happen, but it's very, very rare that this is a physically dangerous kind of imbalance. And so what happens is, if we're talking about physical violence, so a domestic violence where there is physical violence in that, this vast majority of those are men. Right. In terms of physical violence, it's so minuscule. I mean, it's like a special case if it's a woman who's actually being physically violent to her husband.
Right.
Whereas if we
aggressive way as opposed to a self-defense kind of way.
Now, yeah.
We have abusers who are physically aggressive husbands who will call a domestic violence charge in on their spouse. The spouse tried to defend herself against the aggression of the husband. I know that has happened many times.
Yeah, we had a case where the abuser actually injured himself while the police were on their way and then blamed it on the wife.
But that goes back to a psychological destruction. That goes back to that whole concept of using your power to crush.
Yes.
The reason that he would, and the fact that it's rational and intentional. It is not psychotic or accidental or irrational. Yeah. Wow.
So if we only take emotional abuse, so it's only an emotionally abusive system, we still are going to see more men than women, but there's going to be a higher percentage of women on the emotional abuse spectrum. If we eliminate the physical violence aspect, you're going to see a higher percentage of women who are emotionally abusive. But most of the time where you see an emotionally abusive woman, it's an equal relationship where two people are basically being horrible to each other. It's something I think Leslie Vernick refers to it as a kind of mutually assured destruction kind of relationship. It's a destructive relationship. But it's not what we're looking for in terms of an abusive relationship, a relational system. So by and large, the vast majority of dangerous situations that we come into contact are men who are abusing their wives. But it does happen where we'll have a female abuser. In fact, we currently have 2 cases like that.